So,
nervous.
well, I don't know why you're nervous, man.
I know.
So anyways, guys, I remember I tell you guys all the time I have my accountability team. I have that 15-year-long text with like 6 of my college teammates and friends, and we talk about everything from family to spending money and holding men accountable and talking about raising our kids together and stuff.
Ups and downs,
ups and
transitions in life, man.
And can you speak to like college life, young life, how we met, and so people just know it's real.
We all, there's really about 5 of us that are real close still today. Met back in college. A lot of us have a lot of similarities, whether it's a split household. Some of us have fathers in our lives. I know me and Fred, we grew up without a father present. So instantly, I mean, athletics, we bond, we click. But then when we go into the personal lives, we bond and click, and that's just been a bond that we've had for almost over 20 years.
Yeah, 1996.
Yeah. So shit. Yeah. Not to age us, but we still look good. We still look
we still
young.
got a little left in the tank.
Yeah, but Fred is everybody kind of has their role in a group, and Fred was always just that go-getter. And that's one thing that I've always admired is that whether it's writing a book, publishing a book, I mean, whatever he put his mind to, I don't know how much they know of your background, politician.
They know a lot, yeah.
Okay, all of that. I mean, truly, I think Fred would be challenged if you told him he couldn't do anything.
Right.
And it's kind of like he'd be like, all right, I'll show your ass, and go out and do it. But, I mean, I love it because we just have this nucleus of friends that, we always said, man, our families are going to grow up knowing each other, and now we're there. Fred and his 2 kids, congratulations on Kennedy, by the way. Fred with his 2 kids, my 2 kids, Kurt, DT now, and Trent, Rock. So it's just awesome to see all of us grow into or transition to that next phase of life.
And talk about like growing
Don't
up.
get me in trouble.
No, we're not doing this. Because if you get in trouble, I gotta get in trouble.
Yeah, can't talk about everything. But yeah.
No, we're gonna leave that at Harris C. Up on the hill, man. But talk about like challenging yourself to get out of your circumstances, and then your setback. I don't want to bring up that, but you lost your mom in college and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just a part of life, man. Truly, I think that was one of the hardest things in my life was when I lost my mom, because I was such a mama's boy. This is 20 years ago, 21, it'll be this year, back in 1997. It's never easy when you're losing anything, whether it's a pet, but especially a family member, especially a mother. And it's, that really rocked my foundation so much to the point where majorly depressed. I tore my ACL playing college football, and it was like one thing after another. The ACL happened first, and then my mom's death. And I'm not gonna lie, I had suicidal thoughts and just felt like dropping out. But once again, that brotherhood is honestly one of those pieces that
now you look back.
Yeah, and that's where things start getting tighter for me is around sophomore and junior year in college. So that 96, 97, and then 98, and eventually we graduated. But I feel like God allows us to go through certain circumstances, and it's a matter of truthfully how we respond to it. I don't think any situation is meant to break us. It's always just to better us, or try to build us and strengthen us in some area. And it's not to say that we don't hurt or we don't cry like other people. It's just that we recognize that those hardships are meant to kind of strengthen us, make us a better version of ourselves, if you will. So and Fred he's had his ups and downs as well, and through it all though, we're still here, we're still smiling, we're still getting together, and we cherish those moments.
Talk about how we hold each other, the word accountable in our group of friends. Because I talk to them all the time. Like, I'm getting goosebumps now about how we hold each other accountable through text. Like, nigga, don't do that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't get too specific, but yeah.
No, but from time to time, and it's funny because you never know who is really texting who outside of our group. We got a group text that we just keep going from time to time. And then on the side, like, I'll hit Trent or I'll hit Fred or, Fred asked me a question, a DT. Like, we have a whole accountability group, but at the same time, we know we can go to somebody for maybe I need some prayer on something, or you know what, maybe I'm being challenged in a certain area where I don't want to struggle or fail even, and so, or maybe we just might give each other a little bit of encouragement, like, man, you got too much to lose, you know, don't do this, or strongly consider that, or think second on this. You know, it's really just it's almost like we're trying to help father one another. Yeah. if it makes sense. Like, it's like we're big brothers to one another, because nobody's really like up there. It's like we're really, I mean, everybody, with the exception of Kurt and his old ass, everybody's like pretty much on the same level age-wise. But truly, it's like it's just a brotherhood, and I mean, at the end of the day, I think what it is if Fred is doing well and he's succeeding, part of me is succeeding. If I'm doing well and I'm succeeding, then my brothers, they also get the credit for that, because I wouldn't be here, Fred wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
No, we made it through hell. Like 99, 98 to 2000 was literally hell for like, Kurt had to drop out. I'm short on money. Your mom is going through hell. You don't know whether you're going to play football again.
Out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trent was the only one that had the stronghold. The mom and although they were separated, but the mom and the dad he can go to for money. They both had jobs.
Man, and I remember DT even had his transition from high school to college, being a star college high school player to just getting dicked on the football field. So we all had our hiccups, or whatever you want to call it. But man, I felt like through it all, I mean, looking back, if somebody would say, man, 20 years out, y'all still going to be texting and talking, I would have believed it, but I wouldn't have thought that it'd be as tight as it is. Because truly, I was just, man, I was such a comedian and a clown. You know, I didn't take too many things serious, because truthfully, I felt like if I took it too serious, I don't know, man, that's a whole nother level of stress. So I felt like I always had to kind of be that comic relief to just say, you know, as fucked up and serious as life can be, we always got to kind of sit back and chuckle and laugh. And so I think we all do a great part of bringing the humor. One quick story I'll share is when my daughter is of age to understand the joking and all of that, we getting in the car and leaving a function at Fred's house, and she's like, gosh, you guys are just so mean to each other. But she doesn't realize it's just us being us, and that's the love we have for each other. And if we're not making fun of each other and clowning and picking, then that's when we should be concerned with. So, but man, it's just a blessing. Even to be out here watching Fred do his thing, and I mean, first picture I took is Fred behind the camera, you know, recording the interviewing process, because, man, I'm proud of you,
Thank you. I'm proud of each other, man.
Yeah, we are proud of each other, but in this moment, I'm proud of you, man. And you never cease to amaze me, man, whether it was the first book you wrote, and I'll support you to the fullest, man. So I appreciate you interviewing me, brother, man. Put me on camera.
No, they need to know this. And the funny thing, our sons are born on the same day.
Oh, yeah. Their birthday
God don't make mistakes, man. God don't make mistakes at all.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing, Fred, Kurt's boy, Davion almost had a birthday. I was sitting there pushing like October 20th, but he actually came out October 21st. But yeah, like, I mean, that's how close we all are. And it's cool because even when we all weren't married, that was honestly a prayer that I was having. It's just that all my buddies experience the joys of a marriage. I mean, trust me, it's a process too, ups and downs. But I mean, and now DT was the last to get in the fold, and you know, he finally had his little girl and everything. They had their family together, and it's just awesome because now we all can relate at a whole nother level. So it's a blessing, man.
Last words.
Last words, man. I don't want to be too silly and funny. Last words.
Anything you want, man.
No, my last words.
They get the real version of me on this channel.
No, shit. I can imagine. Last words is that, you know what, at the end of the day, man, it's cool that you got this YouTube channel, because I got a feeling people from time to time might tune in and get a word or a message to just maybe help them through a hump or whatever. So I think I'm going to share this. This is what I always like to say. Life it comes down to two things, relationships and choices. And outside of that, nothing else really matters. Choices in terms of the things we choose to do. A football player from Tennessee, Icky, once made a quote. I know I'm going to botch it a little bit, but we're not a product of our environment. We're more so a product of our decisions and our choices. And I firmly believe that. And the relationships that we have with other people, like this relationship we have, closer than blood relationships. I mean, I truly believe that you get to choose who your family is at some point in life. When you're younger, you kind of, you know, the nucleus is there. You just go along with the flow. You got to go to this person's house because mama's taking you over there. But when you become an adult, you really get to choose who your family is, and I feel like that's what we have, man. So
appreciate you. Love you, man.
Love you too,
appreciate
dog.
you, King.
Love you, man.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right.